Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Rocksteady from the third wave of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Ultimates from Super 7. So you can see the packaging here. You have the personalized Manhole cover here on the front with Rocksteady's head and two little blasters over here on the side. Spin around to the back and we have the classic TMNT logo here. If we go ahead and remove the slipcover, you can see the massive Rhino Boy that is contained inside. I mean, he is huge. He looks fantastic. I will say that left arm is in a really unnatural position, and I hope that's not a problem. Looks painful. I don't really know why that was chosen. This arm seems to be perfectly fine over here. I can understand why the head is turned to the side because the snout's too long. It would kind of hit the front of the packaging. But anyway, hopefully it's okay. Nice accessories. You have the Manhole cover shield, some grenades, knife, blaster over here. Really, really looks cool. I like the brick motif for the packaging. That's been consistent since the first wave. You have a little bio here on the back if you'd like to go ahead and read that. But yeah, really fun packaging. Very bright, very colorful. The figure inside looks amazing. So without further ado, let me get him out of there and we'll take a closer look. So here he is out of the packaging. He looks absolutely fantastic. And he's just massive. I mean, this is just a huge figure. Just to do a quick size comparison, here is Raphael, also from Super 7, and you can see that he's like not quite twice as tall, but at least 1.5 times as tall. I mean, just absolutely massive in comparison. I love that. And then I have to, of course, show him off with his partner in crime, Bebop, also from Super 7. And these guys just look fantastic together. I mean, they're very, very cool. I can't seem to get him to stand. There we go. There we go. But yeah, they look great together. I still kind of think Bebop's my favorite out of the two, just because he looks so colorful and fun and just looks so perfect to the original toy. Not that Rocksteady doesn't. I just think out of the two, Bebop's my favorite. But they look great together. Very happy to finally have these two together. I think they look fantastic. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it. We have the head sculpt here. Really, really looks good. I love the orange eyes with the green pupils. They kind of have, almost feel like they follow me around. I know they don't, but it's just kind of creepy. Love the helmet. Really nicely detailed. You even have the strap hanging down on the side. Kind of a black wash here on the rhino horns, which looks really good. The mouth looks like it should open, but it doesn't. Head articulation. It's on a ball joint. You can look down. You can look up. You can kind of look side to side like that, but also like you spin the head all the way around, which looks kind of ridiculous. So if you remember the original toy, it was just a simple swivel. So if you wanted him to look to the side, he kind of had to look like that, which looked ridiculous. Because of the ball joint, you can kind of tilt it a little bit to the side so he can kind of look side to side like that, which I appreciate. You don't have to do the complete full rotation, but also if you want to do the full rotation, it's there. So it's just nice ball joint there in the head. You have a hinge here in the shoulder and a full rotation there. You don't have a bicep swivel. You have a hinge and a swivel at the elbow. And I'm happy to report that being weird in the box did not damage this in any way. It's perfectly fine. You have a hinge and a rotation here in the wrist. He does come with an alternate set of hands, which we'll get into in a minute. For the waist, you can definitely do side to side. You can kind of do a little bit front to back, but not really too much. In the hip, you can kick all the way forward. You can kick out to the side. Can't really go back because of the butt flap there. You do have a thigh swivel as well. You have one single knee joint with a swivel. And then you have a hinge and a rocker in the ankle. So all the articulation you'd want. I know some people complain that these don't have double elbows and double knees, which I understand. For me personally, it's not a big deal, but I can understand why some people feel like that they should. But I think for the stability, I think it makes sense because he's just massive and he's definitely top heavy. And so, you know, less knee joints to be loose over time, I think is probably a better idea. And I think it just works. But yeah, he looks really, really good. Let's get into the accessories that he comes with. So as I mentioned before, he does have an extra set of hands. We have closed fists. They also have a hinge. So you can see that moves around. Very simple to pop one hand out, pop the other one in. I'm not going to do it, but it's very easy to do. So if you want a closed set of fists, he does have that. He has some tiny little grenades, which I think are really nicely detailed and painted. You can see the pin here with the ring. The handle here on the side, I guess the spoon that's technically called. Very nicely painted. You have the detail here. All looks really good. So you get 3 of these. And I kind of wish there was somewhere on the belt or somewhere to store them, but I get it. If they're going for the Playmates original toy aesthetic to maintain that, they can't go adding a bunch of stuff, so I get it. He also comes with this nice knife. Now the silver on the blade is almost, you know, the same color as the hilt, but in different lighting you can really tell it's painted, but it looks good. Again, would have been nice to have somewhere to store that on the figure, but again, I get it. Nice that it's included. You have this blaster, which I think looks really good, very reminiscent of the original toy. And then my favorite accessory is the manhole cover shield. Now, I loved this toy back in the day, but you'll see here on the back, this looks like the lid of the trash can shield that came with Bebop. And I'm not really sure why they did this. It must be some kind of, you know, part reuse, cost-cutting measure, something like that. But a manhole cover, I mean, to be fair, I haven't, you know, lifted up many in my life, but I don't feel like they have these handles on the back, and that's just kind of a weird option. Now, the original toy had kind of a peg that came out and then went down, and it just slid into the fist that was kind of stuck like this, and that's how they used it. I don't know how well this will clip into the hand. The shield for Bebop was kind of a pain in the butt to get in and out of the hand, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, that's not terrible. It does look kind of small, which I think is hilarious because they upped the body. Obviously, the original figure was around the same size as the turtles, and this has been upscaled, but the shield looks a little goofy in his hand because it is kind of tiny. We'll go ahead and pop the blaster in here, and that looks pretty good. So I appreciate that you can replicate this from the original toy, and I do really like the shield accessory. I wish it was slightly bigger, and I wish it just had kind of a normal peg to peg into the hand, but it fits in pretty easily. A lot easier than I expected, to be quite honest. I thought that was going to be a lot more difficult to pop into the hand there. But yeah, very cool. I like this a lot. Also, he comes with the old sprue, just like the original toy, with all the unpainted weapons. So if you want the more nostalgic take, you can go for these. Again, still has this thing on the back, which I think is weird. But very cool that that's included as well. So I love this guy. Like I said, he looks fantastic. Once again, now that he's all armed up, I want to bring Bebop in. Oh, Bebop wants to fall over. Come on, guys. So these two look great together. I absolutely love this. I'm so happy to finally have both of them in this line. They look great together. And then we'll throw Raph in here for scale again. They're just such a towering duo, you know, just ready for trouble, and I absolutely love it. I think they look fantastic. So I definitely recommend picking this guy up, especially if you already have Bebop. I think you're definitely going to want to complete the set. I think these are really great figures, really nicely detailed, really nicely articulated, really nicely painted, and the accessories are definitely really great. So if you're someone like me who grew up with the original Ninja Turtle toys from Playmates, you're going to want to grab these because they're so nostalgic. They did such a great job replicating the original toy with the accessories and everything, and I love them. So I can't praise them enough. You can see that the hips are a little loose on mine. I'm actually realizing this the more I handle it. I think it's just because he's so top heavy. You just kind of have to find that right balance, and then he'll stand. It's just because he's very top heavy. You have to kind of make sure you find the right pose, and then he shouldn't have a problem standing. But the hips are slightly loose. I've noticed that on a couple Super 7 Ninja Turtle figures specifically. Not so much with other lines. Like I don't really notice it with the Thundercats, knock on wood, but specifically with the Ninja Turtles, I've noticed a few of them have slightly looser hips. It's not a huge problem. They're not noodles by any way, but slightly looser. Just find the right pose, distribute the weight properly, and you should be good. So like I said, I love these things. I can't recommend them enough. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.